Hi everybody, want to diamond paint with me? Do a little bit more of this tree one. So, how is everybody today? I'll do some of the orange here. I'll turn this music down a bit. Music of the 80s, oh boy. So, I was laughing at myself earlier. I was thinking of when my daughter was 19, I think she was. She was living with me. And she had a job down the street. It was a combination convenience store, restaurant, and it was on a lake, so in the back they had gas fill-ups for the boats and stuff. It was like a little marina. And her bosses were really nice, but I think they were from Egypt, so they were nice but extremely hardworking, very serious people. A sense of humor was not their number one personality trait. Very hardworking, very serious people. Very good cooks. Oh my goodness, were they good cooks. All their food was homemade and really good. So they did pretty good business. So my daughter, and it was all like an open concept. You ordered your food and they had little tables right there, and then the rest of the store was there. And my daughter was in charge of frying things and taking orders and all that. Back in the day, I was a lot thinner, but I've always had the busty figure, and so does my daughter. So she was real thin, but still had the big bosoms, and I mean big. And so she she pulled a total Mrs. Doubtfire before it was even a movie. And she bent over the grill, and she burnt her boobs. Yep, that's my girl. Oh, she's too funny, that girl. So I'm like, Jade, you have to be careful. Always watch where the girls are when you're reaching for something. But anyway, at the time, my son was probably 13, and he rode his bike up there. And my son's sense of humor is to humiliate his loved ones. He's just so funny. And his things he does, they are funny, like, to me, about 1 or 2 years later, then I find them funny. And he walked into the place where my daughter was working, and totally serious, straight-faced, ordered lunch in a complete British accent. You know, hello, love, what's going on the menu today? It's just straight face. And my daughter just looks up and she's trying to not laugh, and she's giving him the I'm gonna shoot you when I get home look, and of course she had to be professional because her bosses were right there. And oh my goodness, he just loves putting us on the spot. It's too funny. So he never broke character either. He stayed with it. He was watching Harry Potter too much or something. So, oh my goodness, he's funny. He did that to me. We were at a new dentist, and this is when they started using the computer sign-up board thing they have now, rather than signing up. Before you just told me you were there and that was it. Oh no, now she tells me, oh, sign in, and she directs me to this little computer pad they have in the waiting room. I don't know how to use any of that stuff. This was back in the late 90s, I think, early 2000s, I don't know. Yeah, early 2000s. So I'm like, do with this? Because my son, they already had computers in school. They had started using them in school by that time. So he's like, Ma, I'll take care of it. So he's doodling away and writing, and I assume he's filling out his name and the date and everything. And he's like, okay, Ma, just sign your name right here. And I looked on the computer screen, and he had drawn a steaming pile of poop with the little steam marks. And yeah, very detailed. He is a good artist. So now I'm panicking. I mean, we're in the waiting room. Other people can see this if they walk up. I don't know how to erase it or get rid of it. I mean, I'm just about ready to start shaking it like an Etch-a-Sketch and get this poop off the screen. Oh, that kid, he's just laughing. I'm panicking. I'm embarrassed. He's laughing. He won't take it. He won't take it off. Finally, he's like, Ma, just push that button. So I pushed it, and it went away. Oh, that kid just loved me. He lived to torture me. He lives to torture me still. Too funny. Oh, when those two get together, they don't see each other too often anymore. My daughter and my son, the two youngest, and they're so funny together. I mean, forget sending them to a store because they're not going to come back with whatever you sent them for. They just laugh, and they just have such a good time. It's really nice to see them interact as adults and still enjoy each other's company and laugh about all the good times. I really enjoy. I could sit in the other room and just listen to those two laugh and giggle and go over stories. It just makes me happy to hear them getting along with each other. Funny. She was always really good to him growing up. Yeah, he was something. Because for a while I had to work the 11 at night to 7 in the morning shift. And my daughters were old enough to babysit, plus my best friend lived right downstairs from me, so she kept an ear out too. We shared a door. So he was probably 7, and my oldest was 17, Jade was 15, plus my neighbor. But I put him to bed. Of course they'd be sleeping. Olive should have been sleeping because I left at 10:15, I think. So, but oh no, they'd get up and raise heck. My neighbor would tell me, oh no, they weren't sleeping. They were running around. But do what you gotta do when you have to work. But he used to give his sisters so much grief, and all in fun, Yeah, he was a busy, busy little boy. Now he's a good artist. His girlfriend's a very good artist too. So their children will probably be good artists. Their children are my 2 and 3-year-old grandchildren. She's 2 and he's 3. Miss them, the little boogers. Oh, he was, this past summer, he wasn't quite 3 yet. And I took him to swim in a pool. Now this was like a little hot tub, but the water wasn't on yet. It was just like I could sit in it, and it went up to about my shoulders. And he could sit in it, like on me. And so it wasn't too deep, and he was having fun. But before we went out, I said, you gotta go potty. He says, no, Nana, I want to pee in the pool. I said, no, honey, we're not going to pee in the pool. He had it planned. No, we're going to go. And I tried, I put him on the potty, and I ran the sink so he could hear the water, and I held him up. I sat him down. Boys, you don't know whether they want to sit down or stand up or, oh, heaven's sake. So he would not go. So we're in the hot, and it's a pretty small hot tub. Him and I are in there. And he said, look, Nana. And he pulled the front of his shorts down and peed in the pool. And he said, I told you I want to pee in the pool. I said, oh, yes, you did. I don't know where he got that notion, why he was so dead set on it, but he certainly did. Pulled down the front of his little bathing suit and everything else. You just gotta laugh. Oh, my word. Of course, if it was my own children, then you discipline them a little bit, but grandchildren, we should get to laugh a little bit more. It's just so much fun. So, we're getting quite a bit of this one done too. I like when they have a whole bunch of colors right next to each other. It's a lot easier to do. So I can't order my glitter Mod Podge until February. But I think that's going to make everything pretty. So, and did I show you the pens that I made? Let's see. I don't remember. Now, these are the two I ended up with. And this one has little glass beads, and this one has like little pearls. And I got the diamond tip in there. But they are nowhere near as anything like the ones that she has her own page called Diamond Painting with Donnie, or Diamond Painting with Donnie, or by Donnie, and she actually she'll purchase pens and then convert them all to diamond painting pens, and she has such a cute collection. She has so many to choose from, and she does it really professional. She does a great job. If you want to check out her page, it's Diamond Painting by Donnie, I believe, and she has her own store where she sells them and everything, and she's really, really good. So I tried. I mean, she even showed us how she does it, and I tried, and I still couldn't. I made just a mess. But she is really talented, and her pens are so cute. She has so many to pick from. So, I mean, the ones I made work, but one of them has glue kind of down. It's just messy looking. I guess I could keep practicing maybe and get it better, but for me, I think I'm just going to stick with getting the grips that go on the outsides of these. I have some ordered, so I think that'll be better because these are awfully thin, and if you go for a long time, they do hurt, especially us with arthritis. So that's that. Just sitting here, I been trying to practice my granny squares, and they're just not really coming out that good. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I think my tension might be too tight. Practice makes perfect, right? Oh, and with the slippers, if any of you tried to make the slippers that I showed you, I didn't like how the heel was looking. The heel was looking a little too boxy.